Step 6, strike and dip data. Okay, so first of all I make a new layer, and I started off by just doing all strike and dips in one, but later on I make individual layers for the individual lithologies. I remember I did that in my dissertation. I found it a lot easier that way because you could lock in lithologies. So first of all, I go down and use the line tool this time, and then you can measure out exactly what you want your line size to be. I probably make them a bit small in this case, but it is just whatever looks best on your map, depending on how many you have and many other variables. So once I've clicked into this, I'd actually decided on what size I'm actually going to keep at, and then select the line tool again and make a line right in the center. You can see that dot in the center indicates where the center of that line is, so it makes it much easier to draw a line. So then I pull that out and make it a little bit larger so that you can see it a bit better, and then I select text and put in text. I mean, it's massive here, so I then make it smaller just so it looks a bit better, and even smaller again. And now I realise that I'm actually putting the wrong number in. I'm typing 22 rather than 21, which is easily done, and I would now go back and fix that. Okay, so that's me now got a strike and dip with the relevant dip data. The orientation of the strike is indicated by the line, so you don't need to put that number on, or at least I wouldn't. So then I group the lines. And sometimes if you use the help tool and then just search, you can often find things, because sometimes I forget where things are. So now that they're grouped, I then select them and copy them and paste them where I next want them to be. For some reason that they didn't group properly there, so I have to copy them again, and then I paste them again. And I move my strike and dip to the area that I want the next one to be. So then I amend the number, 26 in this case. And then what you do is you only select the two lines, and you can then alter the strike angle. And then I do this again. And depending on what lithologies you have, I mean, you may want to do different coloured strike and dips for metamorphic versus sedimentary, and then igneous may be different again, depending how many different rock types you have on your map, just for clarity. So again, just orientating it to the right place. Okay, so now that I've done that for all of those strike and dips, you can see that I've now finished doing my yellow unit and all its data. You'll notice as well that the strike and dip data is above the base map again. I always like keeping data above the base map, such as boundaries and faults and strike and dips, so that they're really clear. You can then go around and just double check everything's kind of the right distance and nice and clear in regard to your strike and dips, that you don't have letters overlying your numbers, overlying your lines, and so on and so forth. So then you continue on to your next lithologies. You see I've also made a new layer for this, like I said before. It just means that in the future, if you're trying to alter like one set, that you don't accidentally click on another set, another strike and dip from, say, a different lithology when you're scrolling or something like that, and then it doesn't end up in the wrong place like I have done previously. So you can see I've now finished that unit. I'm skipping quite a lot here, it does take time. And now I need to go and do the green and the grey unit. So that's me done that. I'm just slightly editing it. Just changing numbers. Okay. And that's the green unit data on. And all I have left on this map is to then go and do this grey units data. Be careful not to accidentally select your numbers and also rotate them, because it's quite nice to have them all kind of straight and not tilted, because that can make it a bit more confusing and a little less clear. So yeah, you can see again I'm just making a new layer. And like I said previously, you can change the layers to also tie into lithology colours. So there's a bar at the side with the layers, you can change the colour. So I'm now going to do all these. Okay, so this is my final one. Choose the number. And as you can see, I've now finished my grey data. By doing this whole copy and paste of the strike and dip data lines, it ensures that you don't accidentally end up with different length lines and ticks and then different font and font sizes. It just keeps it nice and consistent and looking professional. So I'm just going around and slightly moving things just so that they're well spaced out. You can see, that's that done. Okay, and remember to save your work regularly.